I started riding races in 1971. So my father wouldn't let me start until I graduated. I grew up in the industry. My father is an ex-jockey, and he trained horses. My mother owned horses. And I am what you would term a racetrack brat, since that's where I grew up. I didn't encounter a lot of prejudice, minor prejudice, and it was back in the day when women had only just started riding for a couple years, so a little bit, but not really. I started where I grew up, which might not have been the best of ideas, but everybody knew me from being around the racetrack as a baby and, you know, growing up there, so it wasn't too bad. I did ride in a couple of all-women races, but that was back in the day when women were a novelty, so to speak, just starting into being jockeys. But after that, it's mostly men. I mean, there's a lot of women, more women back east riding races than there are in California. California's kind of behind the times in that regards, and it's a tough place for women to break into and do well. So I think the males have to prove themselves too. It's easier if you get good horses to ride. I didn't really feel that pressure, so to speak, because not being cocky, but I knew I was good and I knew I was capable and I could ride with or better than a lot of the men. And it's just a matter of getting the right stock underneath you, because I don't care how good you are, man or woman, if the horse can't run, you can't help it. You know. But you have to go out and sell yourself in the morning, hustle around and try to get people to give you chances, and hopefully they're on horses that are live. And then if you can do well and make the best of that opportunity and you do good, and then things fall into place. Some major highlights in my career was I was a leading Appaloosa jockey for the country about 5 times, and leading Appaloosa rider of California since I came out here 4 or 5 times. And I've won some good races. I think a big highlight was retiring a winner. I got to win my last race, which was very fortunate. Got to go out on a winning note. And a couple of minor things maybe with specific horses. The one horse, he'd run a lot of times. He was a 10-year-old, and we together won his 100th start, which is, a lot of horses can't get to 100 starts, much less win it as a 10-year-old. So that was kind of good. And I've been fortunate enough to ride some of the best Appaloosas in the country. But I rode all breeds, Arabians, which was my last win, which is a stake race at Los Alamitos, and thoroughbreds, quarter horses. Just like to ride winners, so it didn't make any difference what kind of breed they were, since I came here anyway. During the summer, I work as a racing official at some meets, and I'm presently looking to relocate possibly, you know, for a more long run job. You know, the fairs, I worked a couple of the fairs during the summer, and so it's not really, you know, good, because it's a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there. So I still exercise horses in the morning, and I broke my arm in 2 last winter, so I'm just coming back from that. So I've gotten a little chunky from there, so I have to lose a little weight, but I still gallop horses and work for the 2-year-olds in training sales and stuff. It's in my blood.